we had Devin Haney and Lomachenko. Who'd you have winning that fight? How'd you see it happen?
I thought it was I thought it was a draw at first. I thought it was a draw, 6-6. But you can't complain. You can't argue with the judges giving it to either fighter. You know, it's boxing, and those were very. It was a very competitive, high skill, technical fight. So I don't argue with that decision.
Do you believe, and if you were undisputed champion, and you had doubts and people had doubts on the win, would you rematch? Do you think this fight demands a rematch?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to happen, but that's just how I am. I would give it a rematch. I would do a rematch with Lomachenko and beat him, more convincingly, just to show the fans, like, yeah, you know,
Right.
I beat him. Like the first time, it was a it was a technical fight. It was a very close fight.
And the money, you know?
Word, word. I think Lomachenko is a great fighter. He's to me, he's a real 130 pounder. He's a smaller guy than all these dudes. Than Devin, than Shakur, than Tank. He's way smaller than those dudes. So him to be in there competing with those guys and having those close fights with guys like Devin, and having even the Tiafimo fight to me was a little bit close.
Right.
And I feel like he's a Hall of Fame fighter still.
Yeah, he's a special talent, and with that type of style, it could give anybody problems. Um, but in the
Yeah.
same token, he's still number one in the WBC with Shakur at the number two spot. If they got to get it on, how would you see that fight?
I think Shakur beats him. I think Shakur
Convincingly?
beats him. Yeah, convincingly, for sure. I think, Shakur he's a special talent. He has a great eye for boxing. Like he's hot, he's dedicated. He's I think he beats the shit out of Lomachenko for real, for real. He's bigger than Lomachenko. He can mix it up. He could stay there right in front of you and make you miss. Um, he's a special talent, man.
Right.
I think he beat him.
I agree. Um, Had to close the door. The dogs are barking. Now, when we talk about the 135 division, uh, you know, uh, who do you see as the kingpin, or do you need to see a certain match to determine that?
Yeah, to me, it's still up for grabs. It's still up for grabs. Um, Tank's the cash cow for sure, but I think they're all special talents. I think Devin's a special talent. Shakur is, so is Tank. So I want to see those guys get it on.
Right. Um, if you had to lean towards somebody,
I lean towards Shakur.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think I think Shakur is. I think I lean towards him being the number one guy.
yeah.
No offense to those other guys. I think Shakur is just he's different, man. He's different.
And you've been around him too, because I've heard that in the what is it in the amateurs, Wally Mo was telling me that you was the next class above him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep,
Yeah, so you
yep.
was able to see a lot of those guys work, right? And mature.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to mix it up with those guys. I used to mix it up with Devin. I used to mix it up with Shakur, but they were way younger. They were like 14, 15 years old. Obviously they're way much older. They're grown men now, you know.
Right, right. I don't expect them to be I don't expect you to be punching them the way you punch Edgar Berlanga in that sparring. Geez.
Relax, man. Relax, man.
That was quite a punch. I was like, wow. Um, but